the next couple of minutes. Let's try to take as many calls as we can. Darcy, go ahead. You're on the team.
Hey, Dave. First of all, thanks for a great season last year. It gave some promise. I know you're going to say that after Christmas there was a lot of goals per game compared to the beginning, but when the playoffs came, they weren't there, and I thought that was the biggest downfall. And this might be more for the coach, but I saw the biggest problem being the power play, and the reason is that the forwards weren't shooting the puck, in particularly one-timers. When the forward would pass to the defense and he went back to the forward, you knew he wasn't going to shoot, and they closed down the lane. And, you know, I just think with the skill that you have, could you not – I know a player has only a certain amount of skill, but I've also seen players get drilled, and then they do learn a new skill later in career.
Darcy, is there a question anytime soon?
Sure.
Okay.
2 questions. Was Mike York not a possibility for the second line centering Naslund, maybe Kessler? And what can you do to get the forwards to one-time the puck and have a more effective power play?
There you go.
Okay, first of all, goals per game during the second half, yeah, I do think that that's a reasonable pace to score at. It would put us right in the middle of the league. It's not, put us at the top. And I don't think there's any reason why we can't continue that. I think that's, we would like to improve on that, yes, but do I think that we're middle of the road in terms of goals for? I think we probably are. Power play, I agree that we need to shoot the puck more. I don't necessarily think it's the forwards. I think we have some defensemen that can really fire it, and we have to set them up and give them a chance to shoot it. The reason that Anaheim had such success on their power play wasn't that they did anything special, but every time they got the puck back to either Boschman or Pronger, they were hammering the puck in the net.
As great a shot as Sammy Salo has, I think he could shoot more.
Sammy's too nice a guy.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hurt guys up front.
Put one into a guy's midsection. He's not going to stand there again. Yeah. So, yeah, we're working on that.
Doug, in Vancouver, go ahead. You're talking to Dave Nonis.
Hey, Dave. Just wanted to say, I guess most of my questions have been answered, so I'm just going to say, at the end of the season, I had asked you about Bieksa and what your plans were, whether you wanted to renegotiate his contract and extend it. Way to go, man. I tell you, that guy is the heart and soul, and one day he'll be a captain of our team. I didn't want to see him let go, and I'm so pleased we're going into the season with a new 3-year contract with him, because I think he is going to be the heart and soul of the team. I really do. So the way he plays, doesn't matter if he's injured, he's got that tenacity, he's got that desire to win that we need in Vancouver. And kudos to you for doing what I think we needed to do.
Let me ask a question related to that. Do you think Kevin Bieksa, as good as he is, can get better? Can he take his game to another level?
Yes. Yeah, I think he can. He can get better in his own end. One of the things that Kevin does, he gets a little emotional sometimes, and he runs around, and you find him either taking a penalty or out of position. I think that comes with experience. It also is one of the things you love about him. He really wants to do well. He wants to prove that he can play. He wants to help his teammates out. When I talked about keeping people in Vancouver, he wanted to stay here, and that made it a lot easier to get him signed.
Is there I'll ask this to you, Donnie. Is there a team in the NHL right now, top 6 forwards and in goal, so from the blue line back, that's better than the Vancouver Canucks?
What am I going to say with Dave right here?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this team right now, your top 6 defensemen potentially with the goaltender.
You said 6 forwards. Sorry. Top 6 defensemen.
Top 6 defensemen and your goaltender. I don't think there's a team in the NHL that's better.
Well, I think that we're in the top 4 or 5. I don't know. I wouldn't jump out and say we're the best, but I think if Roberto has a year like last year,
right,
and Aaron Miller can stay healthy and play like he has played over the course of his career, we're very comfortable with our top 6. We're also comfortable with our 7 and 8, which is, most teams don't have that. And, with Alex Edler and Luke being, where they are in terms of the pecking order and pushing for that 7th spot, we're very happy with that.
Okay, let's get back to the boards. Paul, go ahead. You're on the team. You're talking to Dave Nonis.
Hi there. Just want to say, long-time listener, first-time caller, and love the show.
Good stuff.
I know what I'm going to say. Probably Dave has no control over. Maybe he has some input. I'm looking forward to seeing the new uniforms and the colors, but I'm hesitant on seeing the logo. And I've done my own poll. I know a couple of days ago you guys did a poll of what logo you want to see getting rid of the whale. And I'm sorry, Dave. If the whale does come back, I'll be very disappointed, because the whale is
you're
going
to be disappointed.
The whale is not a Canuck, and I polled like 100 of my friends and colleagues, and maybe only two like the logo, and I don't know.
How much time do you have in your hands?
What's that?
I happen to be with you, Paul. I'm not a fan of the whale either.
But we've known for a while that it's going to stick around.
Yeah.
So the whale's going to be part of this.
Well, I mean, Chris Zimmerman was pretty public about it towards the end of the year. The whale is going to be the primary mark.
What we heard was that the biggest problem that the team had was getting a trademark on a different logo. That apparently that the organization had tried a whole bunch of different looks, and every time that they sent it back to get it trademarked, it came flying back saying, "Oh, that belongs to somebody else." Did you hear that at all?
No, I don't. I'm not aware of that at all.
Okay, next time I see that guy, I'll say, "Hey, you don't know what you're talking
You're no
about."
longer a reliable source.
Steve, go ahead. You're on the
Who has
team.
time to poll 100 people? By
I
the way?
don't know. Not even on this show. Steve, go ahead. You're talking to Dave Nonis.
Oh, hi. Yeah, the one question I have is about this kid, Hansen, that we saw in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard all the questions. I'm not going to ask any more questions, just that one particular one. Because we all being the 50 people that were watching in my basement, we all love this kid. And, of course, we're only looking offensively. But what do you think?
He's got a chance to be a player. I mean, really unfair to Yannick last year, throwing him into his first game as a playoff game. He could have played junior last year. He was an overage junior. We decided to pull him out and put him into Manitoba. We thought he had played against men in Europe, so we felt he was capable of doing that. He has a chance to be a good player for us. Whether or not he can make it this year, I think it's still really early. He's only a second-year pro. I would expect that he would be one of the top players in Manitoba and play more games for us in the regular season. One of the downfalls I felt that we had last year was that we didn't get enough kids in the lineup during the course of the year, so that when we did come down to the playoffs and had to put some new bodies in, we were looking at players that hadn't played one game in the NHL, and I think that was unfair for them. Two-Widow team is the number, 280-8326. Again, we're talking to Dave Nonis, the general manager of the Vancouver Canucks. Peter, go ahead. You're on the team.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
Just a quick question. I know it might be older news, but about Jason King. Was he traded to Anaheim? I don't know if you guys still had the rights to him and all that stuff.
No, we traded him to Anaheim at the draft.
Oh, okay. And did you guys get anything for him?
Yeah.
Ryan Shannon.
We got Ryan Shannon back.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yep.
And do you foresee him playing in the NHL in the next couple of years? Thanks.
Ryan Shannon.
I think right now, Ryan Shannon's going to be battling for a job on our team. He played 50-some-odd games last year for Anaheim. And the year before, I think he was in the top 10 in scoring in the American Hockey League. So I would expect he'll push hard for a job. And if he comes in here and earns one, then good for him. And if not, he's on a two-way contract, and he'll end up in Manitoba. Dave, again, this 40 minutes is blown by real fast, and I know that we've got a jammed-up board. Yeah, that's it. But thanks so much for coming by. We really appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
All
right, we're back in a moment. You've got it on the Team 1040, also seen on Rogers Sportsnet.
More Brad and Taylor is coming up on the Team 1040 at Rogers Sportsnet.